Morning everyone, and welcome to the latest Martins Hill Mercury. It's been a while, but we thought it best just to wait until jumping had been going for a couple of weeks so that we could give you an update as to what's been going on the yard and what the plans are over the coming weeks. So been jumping now for a couple of weeks. They've been in flying form. It's been lovely to see. Sammy Lou got us off the mark down at Newton Abbot. 3 miles 2 held up, came through really nicely, and the plan will be for him to go for a very similar race, probably back at Newton Abbot later this week.
She's off the stronger, and it's Sammy Lou who's driven to the front for Keelan Woods to prevail. Sammy Lou.
We have also had Fleeting Visit and The Distant Lady that have won for us at Southall. That brought up a really nice double last weekend. And The Distant Lady was delighted because she'd been running on ground she really didn't like through the winter, but she's a tough old mare and had been running well. And then when she got her ground, look, she was a different mare. She might well come out under a penalty next week simply because I think the handicapper could be a little bit harsh on her.
And that'll only be extended. The Distant Lady, it'll be winners in the last 2 races for Graham McPherson, and The Distant Lady rocks home.
And Fleeting Visit too, it had been a couple of years since he'd been over hurdles, been running credibly on the flat, just finding a few too good for him each time. But Max Kendrick gave him a super ride to get there just after the last at Southall and got up to win a length or so. So that bodes well for his hurdling this summer. Before we move on to some of the other hurdlers, a nice horse called High Wells, who he'd been with us a couple of years, but he's had a long time off through injury. Ran very well at Haydock in a good race first time out, finishing second, and then really showed his class at Sandown to win over a mile 6 last week. He will mix hurdling and flat through the summer. He's now rated in the high 70s on the flat, and you'd like to think there's plenty of room for improvement in his hurdles mark of 102. He's for sale if anyone's interested, so do get in touch. We've had some horses that have also been knocking on the door very nicely, and hopefully will be winning before too long. Hatab has done nothing wrong on his 2 Staver hurdles so far, placed each time, just beaten by slightly better handicapped horses. Stays all day, loves this ground, and the plan will be probably to mix hurdling and chasing through the summer. He's been schooling well over fences at home, so he may well go for a novice handicap chase next at the end of the month. Jessica Rabbit is another one who she really ran credibly through the winter on soft ground. Now that she's starting to get her ground, look, she's improved no end. She's off a nice low handicap mark, and I'd be very disappointed if she's not winning soon. Homing Star and Londonia have both been running very well on the flat. They will both now go hurdling as well. Homing Star, hopefully we can look for some mares races. Londonia, he will go 2.5 miles, and again, fingers crossed they are both capable of winning before too long. Casting Grey, first time down at Newton Abbot. Ran really well for a long way and then just folded a little bit tamely at the end. We found a little niggle afterwards, and hopefully we've put that right, so expect much better from her in the future. Likewise, Steins ran well for a long way at Southall on debut over hurdles this summer, having been running well on the flat. Came back, wasn't quite 100%. He's had a quiet time, but he will be back in action before very long, and touchwood is back to his old self. And Alexander the Grey as well, he ended up with quite a nasty couple of cuts at Newton Abbot. He had a bit of a coming together at the second last, and it's just taken a little while to get over those. They were quite deep and quite nasty, but he's in good order. 2 or 3 that will be out before too long. Ask Henry should be out before too long. Callum Gilhooly will be out for the Burdadwell Racing Syndicate in early August. And a nice horse, Norman Stanley, who won his bumper a couple of years ago, has had some time off, but he should be out running soon. As well as the summer horses, the majority of the winter horses are back in now, so we're nice and busy on the yard. Plenty to look forward to. I'll give an update on some of those as we start to progress, but majority of them have finished their road work. There's a few of them just finishing that off, and they're all starting to canter. We've also welcomed a couple of new members of staff to the team. and keep an eye on the website to meet them. Just a word on the website, many of you will have seen already. It's a new website. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm delighted with it. Keep an eye out for the daily blog. It's got regular news on what's going on the yard, thoughts on the runners, thoughts on how they've come out of their race and the like. And I hope you enjoy that. And do please use that or Facebook to get in touch with us if you'd like to. Two more things that some people have been in touch asking about. Firstly, the racing club. We're not going to do a summer racing club this year. We didn't think it was fair to be asking people to join a racing club when, at the moment at least, owners are still very restricted in going racing. So we're not going to do a summer club. We will do a winter club, and probably in the next month or so I will put details on the website and as to who the horse for that will be. And then I suppose in a similar vein, some of you have asked about the sales that are coming up. We'll be at the store sales. So the Derby sale's been postponed now until August. The first one is Doncaster next week, and we've got some nice orders for what I hope will be some nice youngsters there. And then we've got the Land Rover sale over in Ireland, and then the Derby sale over in Ireland in August too. So again, I appreciate there's restrictions at the moment as to who can go to the sales. If you would like us to look at any horses on your behalf, please do just obviously get in touch. And hopefully we can continue with the theme of getting some nice youngsters in that progress to be nice horses in time. Lovely to be speaking to everyone again, and great to be back racing again.